Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we are looking at brainstorming in the ether. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success. The president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, a best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, is going to be released shortly. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan, and trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is Okanjo onegai shimasu. Okanjo onegai shimasu. Okanjo onegai shimasu. Check, please. Finish the meal. Want to pay the bill. Okanjo onegai shimasu. Okanjo onegai shimasu. Okanjo onegai shimasu. Could I get the check, please? Can we pay up, please? Okanjo onegai shimasu. Can we pay now? Okanjo onegai shimasu. Check, please. Onegai shimasu. Okanjo onegai shimasu. This is episode number 412. Today we're talking about how to run brainstorming sessions when everyone is at home. Pandemics force change. We keep thinking we've turned the corner in Japan to be just shunted further down the road with another lockdown. Being the eternal optimist from sunny Australia, I was running around telling my team we'd see things get back to a better situation this October. Now, I read that A1 predictor modelling indicates we will peak in October. That is a lot of cash flow needed between now and then. Trying to bring the full intellectual power of the team to bear on a severe problem through brainstorming has been a good way of finding ideas to make sure you make it out the other side of this pandemic. With more contagious virus variants, now the majority of new cases, no wonder staff don't want to huddle together and do brainstorming sessions. Does that mean that we have to forego the idea generation power of the team to come up with ideas to solve the dilemmas facing us? In some cases, it probably makes zero difference because what they were doing for brainstorming is broken and ineffective anyway. The classic scenario of the boss wielding the whiteboard marker like a lightsaber and slicing and dicing people on the spot if their ideas didn't match expectations was ridiculous before and is still ridiculous. The bolshy, assertive few got all of their ideas up on the board, and the deeper thinkers were left to just eat dust as the whole process rattled forward at a clip. The psychologically unsafe environment ensured the introverts were left out, as were the young, the female, and the junior. It doesn't matter how you wrangle the brainstorming session if you do it this way. In fact, not doing it would probably be much better for morale. We are arranged at home now, together, alone. Can we tap into ideas anyway? Absolutely, and we can make the sessions valuable. The methodology, though, is much clunkier than in person, much harder logistically, and requires more time. Welcome to online platforms, everyone. Here is how we can do it. Pose the question to be answered and check for understanding so that everyone is on the same page. Have each person type their answers concisely in a document they can share later. They can then elaborate on what they want to say when they share their ideas, so we don't need sentences, just some keywords as banners for the idea. This is done independently, so there is no chatter while this is underway. It might be 15 minutes of thinking time needed to really get people to go deep on their ideas. We're going for volume at this point, not for genius. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is sponsored by May 28th by our Communicating with Different Personality Styles program. On the 4th of June, we're doing Disagree Agreeably. 9th of June, How to Present Online. 11th of June, Performance Evaluation. 15th of June, Managing Stress. June 16, we're doing Session 1 of Virtual Selling, which are going to be 5 sessions. And June 18, we're doing Evaluation Systems and Coaching. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for Selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, as well as my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's a premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, we have Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Next, we divide up into groups and head off to the breakout rooms. Usually in person, we would go for groups of 5 or 6. But in this online logistical nightmare, 3 people per group is better. In the room, each person shares their screen and goes through what they wrote down, explaining what they meant. This is not a moment for debate or evaluation. We just understand the point. Remember, my crazy, wacky, impractical idea might trigger your brilliant insight. Once we have explained our ideas, we look for similar ideas which can be placed in the same basket of idea categories. We move ideas around through copy and paste until we have them grouped together under the category title. We now have everyone from every group come back to the main room, and each group shares their categories and ideas. Again, no critique is allowed, as this is just for further stimulation of the next level of ideas. Back into silent contemplation of further ideas. This might be 8 minutes or longer, depending on the problem. We need to give everyone enough thinking time because some people are very deep thinkers. Then we go back to the breakout rooms and add the ideas to the categories we came up with before and create any new categories as needed. Again, we share the ideas without comment on the quality of the idea. Depending on time available, we can go back to the main room and share all the group's ideas again. If time permits, we do another round of 5 minutes of thinking time, and the whole process is repeated as we head back to the breakout rooms. Once we have gathered together all of the ideas, we stay in the breakout rooms and we work on prioritizing the ideas in each category. The idea is to find the top 3 or 5 or 10 ideas from each category. This is where the evaluation takes place as we choose between competing ideas for the best possible insights. Everyone comes back to the main room and each group introduces their top ideas from each category. Each group's ideas are then added together on screen and further prioritization takes place until we come up with the best ideas for each category from the whole group. This can take a lot of time and require a lot of discussion. It may be held off to another session because online anything for too long is tiring. The keys to success are individual contemplation in silence and sufficient time to think. Also, no evaluation takes place until the very end when hard choices between good ideas have to be made. It is technically more complex than being in a room together, but it is a lot safer. It requires more time, yet the quality of the output can be excellent. Certainly better than the tender mercies of whiteboard wielding maniac bosses. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Take what you found valuable, immediately put into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. Be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.